And this is part 2, 2001-2005 Toyota RAV4, fixing the rear broken suspension. 5mm Allen right here for the sway bar links, and 17mm nut here for the sway bar links. I'm gonna start installing everything. We're gonna start with this lower control arm here. Install the locking nuts here on this side, everything by hand right now. And this is the torque specification for all of the bolting nuts I'm dealing with here. Remember, the nut will not turn on this side because it goes inside on the broker right there. And I'm gonna tighten it just a little bit right now. Remember, 17mm bolt, and also on the other side 17mm bolt. That's how it looks like right there. Once already installed, only it's not tightened yet completely. I have installed the sway bar link here by hand. Install the suspension arm from here right now, only by hand. Install the CANAL adjuster, and then we're gonna install the bolt. Again, only finger tight right now. I'm gonna tighten it just a little bit right now. I'm gonna use a 17mm nut here on this side. I'm gonna hold it on this side here. Alright, next let's install the axle here in the control arm, everything by hand right now, so I can have this axle here in the control arm already. I'm gonna put one of these nuts here temporarily. Remember, before installing the suspension arm number 1, everything has to be on top here, all of these wires, all of these cables, everything. Alright, let's install the upper suspension arm here in the lower control arm number 1. Again, everything is finger tightened by hand right now. Alright, let's install the coil spring right now. Don't forget to put the insulator here on top. Alright, I have an issue here. I can't line up both holes here, the holes of the lower control arm with the holes in the suspension arm number 1 to get the bolts inside there. The hole of the bushing is not lining up with the hole of the arm right there. Alright, coming on this side here. See the bolt right there? See the bushing? Both holes are not lining up, not even close to line up. Really bad. That's the bolt on the other side, as you already saw that I inserted. Now what I'm gonna do is maybe helps a little bit better, I don't know. I'm gonna take out the arm from there, so it's all installed by hand anyway. Right from right there, I'm gonna take it out. Alright, took out the lower control arm, and I'm gonna install it here on the lower control arm number 1 first. Maybe that works better. Alright, now we're gonna try to install it on the other side. And I can see it's gonna be much better installing this lower control arm here first on this side of the rear differential compared to install it first on the side of the lower control arm number 1, suspension arm number 1. Definitely it's better to put it on this side first. I should have done that since the beginning, but it is what it is. Sometimes it happens. The nut is not turning on this side because it's already in place where it locks. to line up the sway bar link with the hole right there and the sway bar right there, all you do is just raise the whole assembly a little bit, or either lower it, whatever. And that is the sway bar link already in place. All I gotta do is tighten it a little bit later. And then we're gonna line up the chuck over here, the holes right there, very easy. And it's just grease. Alright, I already applied anise grease and the inside part of the axle right there on the bracket. It doesn't sit with the arm here. I still have to put some bolts here, and I'm gonna clean this with metal brush before installing it and apply some anise grease so it doesn't get stuck here with the arm. And now I'm tightening the 14mm nuts here and the hub assembly. And then you have to move the hub assembly here in order to be lining up these holes with the nuts inside. The other tire has to be on the air in order for you to turn this here. I apply anise grease right there on the drum right there. It looks kind of rusty because it has been right there for more than 2 weeks and it has rained. That's why it looks like that. Alright, on the driver's side it's exactly the same, so I'm not gonna be showing anything on the driver's side except if something different comes up. Alright, job done with the rear suspension on this vehicle. For now, thanks for watching and stay blessed.